And yes, we are on right now. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're tuning in to our Facebook live, I'm Shalima Edwards, and I am co-hosting today. My co-host will be joining me shortly. And if you are tuning in for the first time, welcome to Anubian Sun Gathering. And I'm just gonna share some information about Anubian Sun Gathering with you, but let's just take a little quick walk, all right, so that you can see the location of it. Okay, I'm seeing myself. All right, so this is Anubian Sun Gathering, herbal products that are available here. Prevention is better than cure, and these are the areas that Olumaciel, yes, focuses on. All right, so we are in the town of Frederickstead, Freedom City, St. Croix. Yes, King Street. All right, so if you are in the area, you are welcome to stop by and join us. So I hope you can just stop by and tell us hi. Yes, do not be a stranger. Do not be a stranger. Okay, so that was just a quick tour so you could know the direction, okay? So here's my co-host.
Good afternoon, Virgin Islands and the world, actually. How's everyone today? It's another blessed day, Shalima.
Yes, it is.
Yes, and we have a lot in store for you today. Speaking on last night, though, we had the commemoration.
You're giving them. Oh, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No. We did. You proceed.
Let's. Okay, so we're just gonna give the our introduction as far as what is UMOJA Caribbean Union for those who's tuning in for the first time, and definitely yes, we will speak about yesterday for sure. So UMOJA Caribbean Union Inc. It's a nonprofit corporation. Purpose is to unify and empower the people of the Virgin Islands and the Caribbean, both home and abroad, through Afrocentric educational, economical, and agricultural means by creating a system of human equality with the governing principles of know yourself for your greatest harmonious potential, love, balance,
harmony, order, truth, righteousness, justice, reciprocity, and freedom. 10 virtues.
Yes. So we do have some objects that we are hoping to accomplish, and they are to establish educational, economical, and agricultural programs, establish real estate division, acquire properties in town, country, and any other location, render assistance in sickness and other distresses, secure legislation in the interest of our members, establish unions, banks, or financial institutions, to include insurance companies, enter into agreements in the best interest of our members. So how can this be accomplished? Well, of course, members' participation, and in anything, people need to be involved, right? So therefore, we have several committees. There are Public Affairs Committee, which is responsible for dissemination of information by way of newsletters, social media, and any other means to include community outreach. We have the Research Committee, responsible for gathering information. Home Gardening Committee, responsible for creating a garden or gardens and conducting community outreach activities. Skills Committee is responsible for identifying skilled individuals or groups to conduct workshops and training. Bargaining Unit Committee responsible for negotiating better working conditions, fair wages, and other areas in which a group of employees are in need of representation. So who can be a part of UMOJA Caribbean Union? Well, if you are unemployed, self-employed, or employed, all right, you can join UCU. There's a one-time entrance fee of $15, and then you maintain your monthly dues, starting as low as $3 to $5, and that's for regular members. If you are in our bargaining unit, then it's based on a percentage of your gross. Okay, so if you also would like to be a sponsor of UCU, if not wanting to join, but you can be a sponsor of UCUs, there's different ways you can support us. So newspaper, for example, you can advertise with us. You can sponsor our online radio. You can sponsor the committees that were mentioned. And you can send donations, okay, we have a PayPal account and our email address. That's the way that you will send it to us on PayPal at umojacaribbeanunion@gmail.com. You can mail us at P.O. Box 3168 Kings Hill VI 00851. Visit our website for further information. That's ucu.webs.com. That's ucu.webs.com. And of course, we are on Facebook. Check us out. We have two pages. That's UMOJA Caribbean Union Inc. and UMOJA Caribbean Union Inc. Departments. In departments, go to files and you can get copies of our past newsletters and also newspapers. On our website, that's ucu.webs.com, you can also get the copies of our newsletters and newspaper as well. Okay, so our phone number, yes, is 1-857-240-2854, 1-857-240-2854. And definitely, if you need further information, contact us and we will get back to you. So without further delay, I know, Olu, you mentioned about last night. So yes. Please, yes, let the people know.
Yes, last night was our 141st commemoration of the Firebird, 1878 Firebird, which actually the Firebird is Contract Day, is the original name of it. We have renamed it Firebird, or at least its recognition as one of the revolutions that was needed in order for the local Virgin Islands to be more free. So certainly we're not fully free yet. However, we're in the process. Matter of fact, UCU is one of the vehicles for that process. That we become, so as we learn to take care of ourselves and be more efficient and effective, then certainly total independence and self-sufficiency and sovereignty and nationality will come. But last night, the energy was so beautiful. No, it was the first time in what was it, 20 years or 15 years or so that we didn't have the march with the torches and down up Queen Street, down King Street.
Yes, and I think we didn't when we got hit in 2017. Yeah. We didn't, but right. We did so in 2018. I definitely remember.
Yes.
The fire. Yeah.
Yes.
And
so, before that, it's many consecutive years that we commemorated and acted out the actual Firebird.
Yes, but as you said, and things happen for reasons, and it was. For me, it was very deep because, as Rasfella mentioned, that the fire is within something in that. So it's like absolutely. Fire was used symbolically. With inside Yucca, there were a lot of representation of fire. Okay, and definitely you have to give big thanks for especially Mama Ohab and the crew who who decorated inside yucca.
Yes.
That to me, really showed a representation of fire and the fire that is within us now. Okay, that's why it's so symbolic, is that, sometimes we have obstacles in our way, maybe fear, we're doubting ourselves, and it's like we need to use that fire to like burn that from us.
Absolutely.
That's how I got it.
Absolutely.
To allow for
transform it.
For growth to come in, to
Absolutely.
take place. So fire is very important. It's a very important element, actually.
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's spiritual in another context. The spiritual, our ancestors always, well, not always, but certainly when they did rituals to our ancestors, the fire was one of the most important elements that was demonstrated in these rituals, so that, just like Shalima just said, that transformation power from within, helping us to be more ourselves.
Yes.
Which is the purpose of a number of things that we're doing.
Yes.
Yes.
So let's recognize our sponsors, and we will. Although you got the first obvious view of where we're at.
Yes.
Okay, so this is one way that businesses could sponsor us. So we're venturing different places, especially businesses who have sponsored us before. We're going to their establishment and doing the broadcast right there, and you'll learn more about the establishment. So we'll just go into these and then go right into Anubian, okay? Sun Gathering. All right, so thank you for our following sponsors: as Right Way Service Station, located in La Grande Princess. That's 35A La Grande Princess, locally owned. There's an ATM machine. You can pay at the pump. And yes, and get your gasoline right there.
I've been there, and the people are so warm. It's a big difference. It's a big difference when you go into the convenience store to buy something, other than just gas. But the hospitality was good. It was good.
Yes. And then we have Ital Trinity, where health is wealth, where you get your natural foods and natural drinks: sea moss, passion fruit, raspberry, tamarind, cucumber. And that's Niga's place, okay? Located at 429 King Street, in the same area where we are right now. Yeah. I'm not sure if he still has food available, but who knows, he might surprise you. All right, so you can contact Ital Trinity at 340-772-1414. Again, 340-772-1414. Let him know that you heard his ad here on our broadcast. Then we have Alma's, which is located in the same area, 53A King Street. That's right on King Street, okay? Where you can get your oils, shea butter, cocoa butter, natural deodorants and toothpaste, herbs, incense, teas, and much more. Contact Alma's at 340-332-3557 or 340-473-4896. Then there is Studio 413 Salon and Spa, located at Baron Spot, Suite 107, Christiansted, where you can get your natural hair care, skin and nail care. And make an appointment by calling or emailing. Okay, let's do the number first. Phone number 340-690-6046. Again, 340-690-6046, or email salonspa.studio413@gmail.com. Again, salonspa.studio413@gmail.com. Now, coming back down to the west is Raquel's Fashion Accessories and Wear. And Raquel is located also at 53A King Street, shop number 5. And you can check her out on her website at www.raquelsfashion.net. That's www.raquelsfashion.net. Phone her at 321-370-7991. Then there's Nest Stores, Retail and Liquor, where there's free Wi-Fi and internet lounge. Get your faxing done and anything that you need. Actually, we were there last Saturday. We do need to do a rerun over there due to communication issues, but we were on live, and I know the live went well. But all right, so we are scheduled to go back there again.
Can I say something about Nestor's too?
Sure.
Nestor was so instrumental during the hurricane. Right after the hurricane, that was his store was the only store that had communication and had a generator running in town in Frederickston. Well, there were a couple other people, but his was the only one that was available for anyone to come and purchase something or to have their phone, charged up, or to do anything technical like that. He was in town, and it was a very dynamic and powerful situation because he really helped the community.
Wow.
That,
Well,
it was very important.
Thank you, Nestor, for looking out for the community. So we are definitely looking forward to returning to your place. And so check him out. He has a website at www.Nestor's Retail Shop. So www.NESTORSRETAILSHOP.com. He's located in the town of Frederiksted, close to the waterfront. Yes. Phone number 340-473-1896. Again, 340-473-1896. Then we have the one spot of island to play pool, which is A&L. All right. Located at 145 VI Corpland, East Airport Road. Phone number 340-220-5133. And they're also on Facebook. So look at St. Croix Billards. That's STX BILLIARDS on Facebook. They're open Wednesday through Sunday, 4 p.m. to 1 a.m. Yes. So we are here now, and we are going to speak about your place, Olu, Anubian Sun Gathering. Am I saying right? Yes. So, do you want to say what it is, or you want me to read what I'm seeing here on brochure?
Well, you can read some.
All right. So, products and natural services. So, Olu, all right, is very concerned about our community's health and well-being. Therefore, it's important for him that we educate, encourage, and help to foster a well-balanced lifestyle for loyal customers, which can range from anywhere between the youthful to the elderly. So you follow the natural laws of creation with elementals and suggestions of natural nutritional substances that cleanse, nourish, and rejuvenate our physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies. So one method that you use is naturopathy.
Yes, naturopathy.
Yes, which is the process of rebalancing the body system, healing mode, without chemicals, drugs, and or surgery. So the healing mode is primarily observed through nutrition substances and the preventive illness system process to ensure clearing of the emotional body, nourishment of the mental body, balancing of the physical body, and rejuvenating of the spiritual body. So your products are guaranteed to be made of the finest organic properties produced here in the Caribbean and or from reputable organic farmers throughout the world. So Olu provides consultation to assess and treat any health challenges you may have by guiding you through a self-healing consciousness and creating a plan specific to your needs.
Yes. Let me speak on that for a moment. Prevention. Our ancestors really had a holistic healthcare system. Not only were they able to manifest treatments for emergency situations, which in Egypt, as most of us know, in Kemet, brain surgery was started, and a number of major pathology. Diabetes is 5,000. It was cured 5,000 years ago, and so it's like our ancestors brought so much for the world, for humanity. And yes, during our degeneration, during our slavery period, all of that's been submerged. All of it's been reduced to just like our whole civilization was reduced, and you are. So, yes, So, what we have to do is reiterate, reach back, so that we can reach forward to our natural healing and preventive illness systems. I have, through Dr. Sabi and through an ancestor in Mississippi, I spent a year and a half in Mississippi on the Oklahoma Reservation. I have a great uncle that was a shaman, and I met the medicine man. He showed me mostly about flowers and the local herbs in Mississippi, in that general area. So through Dr. Sabi, Alfredo Bowman, Dr. Sabi, my grandmother and my ancestor, who was an ancestor now, my great uncle who's an ancestor now, and plus my experience of seeking balance in all the areas of the physical, mental, emotional, so that spiritual body can be built. That's the purpose of the whole cleansing process, basically, so that we can vibrate higher. And because through our crown chakra and through other areas of our body, there is, well, for instance, our aura extends 14 feet from us, and it's made of a multiple of colors, the basic color scheme. So when something is contagious or in the environment, and your body is susceptible to it, your aura will allow it to come in, and then that's what we call a cold, or we catch the flu, or we have a headache, or different things. It's not all nutritional. A lot of the illnesses and imbalances are not all nutritional. They're combinations of not being whole. And what I mean by that is cleaning the aura by fasting and nourishing yourself through the proper nutrition. Proper means 80% alkaline and 20% acid for most people. If you have a pathology, if you have some kind of imbalance, then it changes. But most of us are, the optimum balance is 80% alkaline foods and 20% acid foods. And that helps to pull your energies together so that your spiritual body can be built. And, well, we could go into that another time, but I'm talking about the principle of immortality and how that has been shifted and misinterpreted, and there are systems in the world today that produce people that are called immortals. I went to India in 2006, and I spent over a month there, and I visited some herbal farms and some ashrams. and I met a number of powerful spiritual people. What really surprised me, though, was that some of the same herbs that I grow here in St. Croix grow in India. A lot of herbs were taken from India and brought here and planted. A lot of trees and verbiage, fauna was brought here and is growing here for some years. The English brought some because the English were everywhere at that time. But the point is that we have everything we need. It's just we have to get the information and the experience, being confident in the experience to return to our ancestral tradition, and that's my mission. That's what I'm attention is better than cure.
And how long have you been doing this, Olu?
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been 43 years. Okay. 43 years I've been, and it's, it takes a process. Mm-hmm. Actually, I've developed a system called the 7 Healing Arts, right? And I've mentioned it before, and then maybe another time I'll go into it a little more in depth. But certainly when you put these 7 arts into your life, your illness and your imbalances go way down. The percentage of you getting ill or being imbalanced in a number of areas is very low. Mm-hmm. And so it's a lifestyle change. Balance, cleansing, nourishing, and rejuvenating is a lifestyle change. Mm-hmm. And that's what we have to do for our people. Our people have to come from slavery, back, return to ourselves. Mm-hmm. And we're in that process.
Yes, we have to return to ourselves. For real.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for what you do for our community and your, the services that you can provide to help improve one's life. All right. So it's very, very important that, those who are listening, who are viewing, we're here on the island of St. Croix, by the way. I don't know if that was mentioned. We are. I know we assume everybody know that we are on St. Croix, but some may not know. So where is St. Croix? I have some friends on the other side of the world and thought St. Croix was located in Russia. Yeah. So no, we're not. We're in the Caribbean. What's called the Caribbean. It's like a little dot. But hey, we are great people.
That's right.
I mean,
that's right.
We're great. Okay. Yes, we are the largest out of the 4 islands of the Virgin Islands of the United States. There's St. Thomas, St. John, Water Island, and Big St. Croix. That's where we are. And UMOJA Caribbean Union's headquarters is actually based on St. Croix, the headquarters. Okay, so this is local, but we are extended our arms throughout the world. And what do I mean by that? Well, as was mentioned earlier, Virgin Islands abroad, both home and or abroad in the Caribbean, and Afrocentric is what we are aiming to accomplish with our educational programs and the things that we do. So definitely incorporating some knowledge. African knowledge is very essential for us as a people in this area.
Absolutely.
Yes. So just gonna go into our October newspaper where you can find this available on our website ucu.webs.com or on our Facebook page UMOJA Caribbean Union Inc. Departments. Go to files and there you can obtain your PDF copy, or there are some photos of it for those who can't open PDF. Okay, so it's on our Facebook page, UMOJA Caribbean Union Inc. Departments. Okay, so the first page, it says, why are the majority being targeted by the minority? Very interesting. I feel, some people were called it's so interesting. I find it very interesting. That's one of mine.
What part do you find interesting?
Because people who are of quote unquote color are being referred to as the minority.
Right.
And those who are not quote unquote not of color are considered the majority.
Mm-hmm. So they're basing on more on economics rather than actual humanity or human you know characteristics.
Yes. So it's and this that does something to our psyche.
Absolutely.
Makes us feel like we are very low. So I'm just going to highlight some points that are made in the article, but please go and get your copy, read it yourself. So manipulating weather, manipulating food, manipulating water, manipulating the economy, manipulating non-whites, manipulating education. So there's some deep stuff in here, but I feel that it's very important for us to expose certain things that are keeping us in a state of mind, a state of lowness, that we cannot rise or be the best version of us, because there are individuals that are, and I'm going to call it out right now, yes, white supremacy, okay, system in place making, everyone else feel that whites are the supreme and everyone else is just below. So history shows throughout the world places that have been colonized, and individuals who have been oppressed have been taught, okay, miseducated, miseducated, the type of food that they had to eat, the lifestyle, all of that has been manipulated, and where we are right now, but we're changing, we're becoming wiser, because of people like you and others who
and people
definitely
but certainly it's Shalima, it's a disease. White supremacy is a disease.
I would agree.
And it's so, and even some of us that are melanated have the disease.
Yes, I agree
and
too.
We're manipulated with their principles or with their way of life, in terms of white supremacy, right? And has spilled over into, some people call it the petty bourgeoisie or certain leaderships in the countries where predominantly melanated people live, and so it's like, how do you combat a disease, a social, emotional, mental disease? And I think, I know UMOJA Caribbean Union, and what the principles that we are fostering and promoting and how we're living our lives is what we're offering and what will make the difference in the long run, even in the short run.
Yes, so we started in 2016, and I must say that we're moving up in different areas, and that's why I would ask you who's listening, who's watching us, I mean, if you see yourself, if you vibes yourself with what is being said here, you can join UMOJA Caribbean Union, because together we can do greater things.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So it started with our ancestors laid a foundation, and now it's like building up on that foundation. So we're taking it up another level, and that's what we have to do if we really want to change the way things are in this world. All right.
Right.
So also in our October newspaper, we have a featured island, and that's Dominica. Right. Yes, Dominica. And Olu, everything is just in sync, because yesterday our beloved Mario C. Moorhead,
right,
he mentioned, he actually asked the question, who ever been to Dominica or even St. Lucia, right? And it's mentioned in our newspaper. So it's like, he didn't know that this is going to be mentioned in here.
In the spirit.
Yes, so that's to tell you, how this works. So our body is our temple for our spirit. And once we are at balance, then we are just able to connect in some great ways.
Absolutely.
So it's awesome to see that there's a connection with what Mario said, and Dominica being the featured island. So please check it out so you can know some more information, like what was Dominica called before Christopher Columbus named it.
Right.
Okay, I'll tell you for the sake of time. Oh boy. What is it? White Kubuli. Or Wait Tikubuli.
Wait the Kabuli.
Yes, and that was called by the Caribs, okay, and that means tall is her body. All right, and if you look at, I don't know if you can see it clearly here, but Dominica is actually like shaped like a body. The top is the head, right, and it's very interesting. So check out the newspaper, and then we have a special news from the Caribbean, and I'm gonna highlight it for you. Bahamas devastation due to Hurricane Dorian has significantly caused a loss of lives. So about 2,500 people are feared missing. Efforts are still ongoing to help them. Neighboring nation, the United States of America, denied temporary residence for Bahamians with families residing in the USA. Efforts are being made to allow for displaced animals entry to the United States of America. So, I mean, you know, should I repeat this again? You
Yes.
go get the newspaper, but it says again, United States of America denied temporary residence for Bahamians with families residing in the United States. But efforts are being made to allow for displaced animals entry to the United States of America. That says something loud, okay? So the reference is in the newspaper. You could check it out for yourself. But that says something loud.
And it continues. It continues until we're able to stop it. White supremacy is institutionalized.
Institutionalized.
And unless we pull together and support one another, it's going to continue.
And that's why it's important for us to be educated, the right way, the right information. And again, Mario emphasized it yesterday, last night. And that this is why UMOJA Caribbean Union is doing what UMOJA Caribbean Union is doing. All right, we're trying to educate our people so that you can awaken that which exists within you, and we can do great things to heal ourselves on this planet while we are. And yes, white supremacy is a disease, and that needs to get dealt with.
Eradicated.
Yes,
right.
Indeed. Another highlight from the Caribbean. So some agreements that came from inclusive discussions with Prime Ministers Maya Motley and Alan Chastanet, ministers of representing Antigua and Barbuda, Dominica, Grenada, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and Suriname, and CARICOM Secretary General Erwin La Roche. 1. Barbados and Suriname will partner in establishing an embassy in Ghana. 2. Barbados and St. Lucia will partner in establishing an embassy in Kenya, and an invitation has been sent out to all other CARICOM countries to join in the venture. 3. CARICOM and Kenya have started work on an MOU for engagement and cooperation. 4. The African and Caribbean governments have committed to establishing direct air travel links between Africa and the Caribbean. All right. So source, you can check the PM of St. Lucia, that's Alan Chestnut, Facebook page, dated August 10th, 2019. So saying this to say, all right, the Virgin Islands is not a part of CARICOM. We are a colony, right, of the United States of America. Yes, we are. All right. But we are in the Caribbean. So to hear that our brothers and sisters in the Caribbean are doing great things like connecting to Africa, Just imagine that. I am so proud of you all. I am so proud of you all. All right. It's been about time. It's about time. All right.
Thank you so much. That's
so
right.
thank you so much. And definitely with travel links from the Caribbean direct to Africa, please. Yes. That is a big plus because we have audience. I know you are there. I've communicated with a couple of y'all from the continent of Africa that is like, come back home. Or as one had expressed that, hey, we came from all parts of the world anyway, but the central part, Africa, is like, we need to return to that area.
Absolutely.
They have the resources that have been raped for many years, and it's time for those resources to benefit us as a people, you know. And I'm not going to get too hot fired up. Maybe it's because it's October and it's the fire already has been ignited within, and it's great things are happening. Let me give a quick shout out because we do have a featured person from Africa, and that is what we do. We featured someone from Africa, and this month's featured person is Ryan Nush. So, Brother Nush, if you are listening, thank you for sharing this important information. Oh my, let me see what the time is. I know, but please get the newspaper so you can read it. One of the things he is doing, he's the founder and CEO of Zuri Africa Global Program and Trust. And out of the program, there is Zuri Africa Queen, all right, which is not only an annual premier media forum, but it serves as an expo for African cultural and ethnic tourism for a global audience. So 22 countries in Africa franchised to participate at its Africa Queen finals. Zuri Africa Queen contestants go through championship events where they shall show off their leadership skills, gifts, cultural preservation, and more. So activities during Zuri Africa Africa Queen include Cultural Night of the Gifted. Contestants shows off her country's culture through the heritage performance. Then there's Cultural Heritage Queen of Debate. Contestants engage in cultural heritage themed debates. Heritage Cuisine. Okay, Queen. The contestants are required to make a dish from her country. Queen of Heritage Crafts. Contestants shall hand make a cultural item from her country. And Ludo Diversity Queen. Contestants shall play traditional African games. All right. So this serves not only as a competition but also a mentorship program which promotes team building, education, cultural exchange, and safeguarding and promoting intangible heritage. And as he quoted, he says, it is important for Africans in Africa and diaspora to support this laudable, well-received initiative. All right. Zuri Africa Global Trust can never center on an individual. It belongs to a collective of like-minded people who see the need for African empowerment, development, and growth. Our platform is also a strategy to accomplish solid investments that can better Africa. Individuals, corporates, non-governmental organizations should feel free to inquire on how we can work together. All right, so you can contact Mr. Ryan Nush. Okay, so there's a website. I checked it out already at www.zuria, ZuriAfricaQueen.org. So that's www.zuriafricaqueen.org. And there's an account name, so you can send your donations. It's Zuri Africa Global Trust account. All right. The branch is Nelson Mandela. So please check out that website. so you can get further information. And this Ryan Nush actually was born and raised in Zimbabwe. All right, he's an entertainer, entrepreneur, and Pan-Africanist who's focused on contributing towards Africa's growth, branding and showcasing of African cultural heritage to a global audience. So again, thank you, Brother Ryan Nush, for what you do and for sharing your information so that we can share with everyone else. Okay, so definitely.
It's a powerful trust. I mean, it's so needed, and I'm so glad you were able to hook that up, Shalina.
Hey,
how did that happen?
It just it just happened. So yes, I've put it out there. We have put it out there. So like, are you from Africa and would like to be featured in our newspaper? So if so, contact us. Our email address, umojacaribbeanunion@gmail.com. That's one way for sure. You can email us or link us up on our Facebook page. There's Messenger, so that we can stay connected and share information. I am so grateful for him. And then what happened is, so different parts of different countries in Africa have since participated, and there's going to be a finale. Okay, so there's the Queen of Rwanda, Malawi, Kenya, and Zambia. All right, so go get your newspaper and you'll see the colored version of them. All right, so beautiful. All right.
Tremendous.
Yes, indeed. And of course, games. There's games to play. So, let's keep our ma'at up because this is the time for ma'at, right? I think that was done on purpose, right? Because we needed to take a little pause and recognize 42 ma'at, and this is what Olu deals with, in part of the healing services. All right, so definitely. And I'm just going to interject. So on the newspaper, the first page, it says blinded lady of justice. All right, so if you're familiar, some courts in the U.S. especially, so there's the statue of a lady, but she's blinded, and there's a lot of injustices taking place. All right, and we don't need a blind lady of justice.
We should.
So again, things happen for a reason, because what we need, and it's shown on page 7. So see the truth like the lady of justice, Ma'at. Did you see that?
Yes, Ma'at. And Ma'at, 5,000 years ago, Ma'at was lived by 80% of our population, especially in Kemet, and with no police. Police didn't come along until 15th, 16th century, right? So it's like it was the behavior, the philosophy, the corrective behavior was demonstrated through Ma'at. And that's how we were able to build such monuments that have lasted so long. And there were civilizations that have lasted so long.
Indeed. So that's why it's so important for us as a people to get back to our roots. Yes. Do not be ashamed of who you are. Do not be ashamed of our connection to Mama Africa, as we call, And when you hear someone say return to Africa, take it deeper than just returning to Africa. Africa within your mind. That's right. Okay? The highest. That's how deep I'm taking it.
That's
when I say return to Africa, return to Africa and knowing our roots.
Right.
We have been miseducated far too long, and it's time for us to, change that. Not only for ourselves, but
for generations.
For generations. Yes. Okay? We must change for the better. Yes.
And Shalina, to interrupt a moment, each family has an opportunity to return to themselves, return to that place within, that fire within, that transforming fire that reduces the white supremacy tendencies, the milk toast tendencies, the go along to get along tendencies. We have to, in order to change things truly within a person, that person has to take the initiative to want to change, recognizing the need, but the desire to change has to be presented so that change can really come about. And only through the action of, well, what our ancestors taught, ma'at, and the nutrition, and the culture itself. The culture itself maintained our civilizations for thousands and thousands and thousands of years.
Yes.
You know.
Who don't want to live in a peaceful world?
Right.
I mean, who wouldn't? Only a diseased person or individuals just like war, beastie behaviors. And that's not, who wants to live like that, Why don't learn, embrace something that will bring forth more peace, And that's why it's so important for us to go back to our roots, know the truth. We have been so misguided, miseducated far too long that it's time for us to change that.
That's for sure. They've dangled material things in front of us. Dangled material things, and certainly, the neocolonialists, the people that are running some of the governments, and even our government here in St. Croix, right? They have ascribed to materialism rather than humanism and humanity. Right there, they switch that for their own cabal, for their own family, for their own friends. And that's white supremacy. That's the disease that we have to counteract and do away with totally.
Yes.
Really.
So I'm saying that we have 3 minutes remaining. Mm-hmm. So we'll go into community announcements because there are things that the community needs to know since we are on Wednesdays and Saturdays. So you don't want to miss anything that might be happening. So yesterday, as was said earlier, was the UCA's commemoration of the 1878 fire bond. So thank you, UCA, for all that you have been doing for our community.
All these years.
Yes, indeed. Africa House Club, all right. After School Tutorial and Cultural Center, located at 19 and 20 King Street, Frederiksted, St. Croix. Time 3 to 6 p.m. Monday through Saturday. So there's time you can go and check Africa House Club. So the phone numbers are 323-899-5460 or 407-459-0985. Check Mama Uta, okay? She will definitely take care of you there. And the Ethiopian World Federation Local 5 Inc. on the island of St. Croix meets every first and third Sunday monthly. So this Sunday, is a meeting, a scheduled meeting. And location is 53 King Street, Frederiksted. Meeting begins at 3 p.m. And you can contact TEWFLOCALNUMBERFIVE@gmail.com for further information. Then there's Create Your Own Reality Project Afro Fusion Sweat Session. Yes. And time is 6 to 7 p.m. on Tuesdays. Location is at Malik Felix Community Center, Montbijou, on the island of St. Croix. Donation free for the first class and then $5 after. So next class will be free if you bring a friend. You can contact Ifa Massey, yes, at 340-473-7767 or email CYORPROJECT14@gmail.com. Visit Create Your Own Reality Dance Project on Facebook. So yes, if you need to get into that, I mean, hey, we need our hearts pumping. So check out IFA. 5 o'clock. My goodness,
Yes.
time surely flies. So I'll be quick. So St. Croix Council of Elders meet every third Wednesday, located at Chance Office in Frederickstead. Check them out also on on Facebook at St. Croix Council of Elders. And UCU, yes, in collaboration with Chant, we are going to have our first workshop, possibly if not this month, but workshop is scheduled on November 2nd on how to build a box garden. So space is limited, unfortunately, so it's 10 persons are allowed. Members pay only $10, non-members $15. So reserve a space by emailing UMOJA Caribbean Union at gmail.com or contact 1-857-240-2854, and that's actually coming out from the skills committee. So great things are happening. Thank you for tuning in. And if you are on the radio, please stay on to our Facebook family. Link us up on our on the link that shows our our online radio link, because information is going to be shared with you. Thank you.